Hi, I'm Go Veer Go Home. Welcome back to my channel. I guess it's been 3 years now. 3 years since I moved into this brand new house and been working on my layout. And I can't believe it just started with just some 2x4s and some very simple construction framework for the bench that really supports all 3 levels, and going through every single level one at a time, chipping away at it where I could. I'm going to show you how I got to where I am now, and there's going to be a series of photos and also videos that I took throughout the whole process, and I'm going to share that with you now. So with the Helix itself, it sits on a 6 foot by 6 foot frame that's angled at one of the corners, and it's a double track mainline, and it basically starts at the bottom, goes up, leaves the Helix, goes around the second level, comes back, and continues up to the top level, where it exits at the top level, does a full loop, and then heads back down the Helix on the opposite track. The tracks themselves are about 35 to 36 inch radius on the outside and about 33 to 34 on the inside, and they're about 2.5 inches on the track center apart. They do have cork roadbed, making sure that we're reducing that noise from the plywood. And the construction itself is just, I think there's 9 2x4s that go around in a circle that are 2 feet apart, that have angle 4x4 inch L brackets that increase in height every 2 feet. It goes up about a 1/2 inch. And basically that makes it a 2% grade. So we're trying to stay at the right percentage all the way up for easy running. You can pull bigger trains without there being too much of a load to it, and to basically avoid buckling as well. My main yard on the bottom level represents Englehart, Ontario. It has gone through a number of changes over the years, and it originally started as a double ladder, but I've since turned it into a stub end, changing out the shop and the way that cars go in and out. I even took some of the rock work from my old layout that I managed to save, and I incorporated it into certain parts of my bottom level. You'll see as I combine the current scene with the old scene, basically making a brand new scene that looks great. I also added a lot of features that I hadn't added before, like Woodland Scenic's lights and telephone poles, just to bring the scene to life. Coming off the Helix at the second level, we take a look at North Bay, which didn't always look like this. It was kind of a rough place to work because it was behind the Helix, but eventually it worked out and I got all 7 tracks in, and this is just an extra spot where I can store cars when I'm not using them, or locomotives as well. This area has changed a lot over the years as well. I love building kits. So you know that I had to build a whole downtown section with a lot of industries and a lot of businesses that you can bring to life with details, lights, cars, and people. I'm almost there, but it's definitely a work in progress. My second level has gone through a lot of its own changes, from adding industries to building up the land, adding a highway, lights, a bridge, water, which I've never done before, These are all really awesome things that I never thought I could do, and then I did it. Progressing through this area has had its challenges, but it's also been really fun. Combining a couple of Walthers kits to make this extremely long bridge, adding graffiti and weathering underneath it with the barrel that lights up, and then bushes, and adding more trees and scenery. These are all definitely things that I love doing. I love collecting buses, so you'll see a number of buses and a few other vehicles throughout the layout. I get a lot of compliments on my CN bridge as well. That's from Exact Rail, if anybody's wondering. But I still have lots more to do, and you know, you're never really done. But as far as scenes go, I think that this whole side is really coming together. Adding trees and stickers and even lights as well, which are really great. On the other side of the wall is one of my larger industries. It's my paper mill. It consists of a number of kits that have been cut in half and installed as a backdrop building at many different heights and levels. I've also added lighting to all of them to really set the scene, but it still has a bit more work to do. I think I've got about half of it done, but it's getting there. This brings us to the top level. This is where my ethanol plant is going to be. I started with a very thin construction and I'm building up from that because I'm trying to keep it as low to the benchwork as possible. I did have to raise up some sections because I do have a few bridges and whatnot that I've installed. I've built all my ethanol buildings from the Walthers kits, and I've even added recently this walkway here to fill the tank cars. I've got some track in, and it's looking better every day. been working on this for 3 years. There's so much stuff to do. Still, there's so much stuff that I've done. It's truly never finished, but I'm having fun, and that's the main thing. And you know, yeah, there's lots of stuff that I'm learning, and there is stuff that I would change, but it's all stuff that I will take with me in the future when it comes to maybe layouts that I'll build or work on in the future. But none of this could have been possible without a number of people, and I just want to take a minute to thank them. First, Bernard from Mini Prints. He sends out minis every month, and I get to open those live for you guys on Keeping Track and GVO After Dark. I do a lot of displays and whatnot, modules and dioramas with that stuff. I also want to thank Grand Central Scenery. Grand Central sends out trees, and they've also been a huge supporter of the channel. And of course, a big thank you to Otter Valley for always sending out my packages on time in an efficient manner, and for sending out a few cars for me to demo. It's always appreciated. And of course, a big thank you to the GVO crew and all the supporters, all the followers. You guys definitely make this all worthwhile, and I appreciate every single last one of you. I'm Go Vera, Go Home. Thank you again for watching, and here's to another 3 years. What will I do in that amount of time? Guess you'll have to come back and see. But I got a train to catch, so.